Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Wars 1 replay. Spawn on the right side as the British Forces, we have Limitless. Spawning as his teammate as the British Forces, we have Topgaming. Spawning the opponents as the Wehrmacht player, we have Snake. And as their opponent, as the Panzer Elite player, we have Massacre.
We're ready. Get us to the fight. Oi, Atkins, listen up.
Intersection has been deployed on not big surprise. Lieutenant here. So we may see a lieutenant here. Could be a burden carrier, who knows. Pioneers pushing the way forward. Panzer Grenadiers making their way towards the fuel point. Pioneers maybe eyeing for this munitions point. Actually, no, they're going to this point right here. Or I may be mistaken. Mission points being captured on up. Scope rifles going straight for this fuel point.
Section reporting.
Both these fuel points being captured by the Brits, then maybe eyeing for some early Stuarts.
Fuel depot capture complete, sir.
Schimwagen captured this entry point. Overall, the capture pressure is pretty equal on both sides. Though right now, more territory is controlled by the Brits. The slowdown is probably a little bit by the Panzer Elite, not Panzer Elite, the Wehrmacht player going at the Wehrmacht's quarters. It always slows down the Wehrmacht player. Mission points being captured on up. We do have the victory point being captured up by the Panzer Grenadiers. And we've got some scope rifles going towards the heavy cover now. Getting some damage on the Volksgrenadiers. And these now intersections being supported by the lieutenant as well. So that should be good engagement there by the scope rifles versus the Volksgrenadiers. A lot of wire being deployed on off, trying to keep this munitions point secure. Schimwagen now being pursued by the Bren carrier, loaded up with Tommy squad. This may be a scope rifle squad, or this could be. No, it's not a scope rifle squad because, of course, I haven't selected. I can actually see. Oh, enjoy. I'll be streaming, probably not this weekend. I'm gonna get home for Christmas, but. Because of the cold weather spell, highways were too dangerous. When it's too cold for ice to be melted by salt, better stay home. Because highway speeds, high winds, not fun. Headquarters command truck has deployed out here, deploying out some fresh intersections. This will be his third squad, no lieutenant just yet. Munitions point being captured up by green. We got the Volksgrenadiers advancing. Going for the MMG carrier upgrade as well. And a lot of Panzer Grenadiers, a lot of Volksgrenadiers here. His position is a little bit could be overran. Of course, he does have forward reinforcements here. You need to make sure these Tommies are on the front line to absorb some shots. He does get suppressed there. He can use the retreat. Yeah, he does retreat back to cover. That was a horrible idea to use the suppressive fire ability, but the incendiary grenade, that was a good idea. One of these intersections does get inside this garrison there. A lot of windows right there. Does receive incendiary grenade. Does back out of there. Could use retreat action to get back to this heavy cover there. Panzer Grenadiers does fall back right there. And does throw out another incendiary grenade there. They're really pushing this area. Does get a damage crit there on the HQ truck. There's no real good of being going down. D43 squad knew to back out, retreat sooner rather than later. Volksgrenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers pushing the way forward here. Panzerfaust does connect with the Volksgrenadiers. Do they have enough missions for another? Likely not. Damage to crit there on the Bren carrier now. They're trying to pursue and destroy that Bren carrier. Does use the repair ability there. And with the intersection nearby, he needs to focus on the intersections before taking on that Bren carrier because that's a lot of free damage coming out from them.
Supply lines are broken.
Bren gunner, teammate's Bren squad does go and try to support his teammate, but he did not need it. And Schimwagen captured the northern points as the scope rifles captured this munitions point. I guess that's why I didn't do a whole lot. I will take a look at that replay once this one is complete. I've cast a lot, and I think I've sort of cast some replays over and over again sometimes by accident. My memory's not that good, especially now since I got little sleep last night.
Our front lines are collapsing.
Schimwagen captured that point. MMG carrier makes its way forward, not fully repaired. Of course, you have to deploy out the
Supply
HQ to get out
lines
some
are broken.
sappers
We
for
have
that.
territory out of supply.
Yeah. Plus, when it comes to also seeing if I catch a replay or not, I have replays scheduled to be released on YouTube, stretching out till, let's see, it was Comfy Wars 1, and they're stretched out to go for at least 2 replays per week till August. And I do mean August. Shimbagen does go down right there.
Was knocked out in that last skirmish.
So for anybody who's watching the stream, because I know a lot of this was from a raid, if you go to my description channel on the Twitch, you'll see a link to my YouTube channel, which you will have replays for till August at minimum. And I'm soon started doubling up, so soon I have 4 replays per week for Comfy Wars 2 or Comfy Wars 1. Volks Grenadiers receiving quite a bit of fire there from the Bren gun. Pioneers charging forward, getting some good damage onto the Bren gunners, and the Lieutenant does fall back as well. Section skirting around does have to support nearby Lieutenant, so not moving slow. He could get inside this garrison. Flamer Pioneers are not in this region. Heavy cover there works just as fine. Just going to go back behind that cover. Lieutenant is capturing the point. Very nice. Still in the aura of the Lieutenant, and does back away from the incendiary grenade. Scope rifles capture those points. We've got the MNG carrier getting some damage there on the Panzer Grenadiers, as these guys are behind heavy cover. Overall, the Brits are doing a great job of field control. Look at the mini-map. All these sectors claimed. As Grenadiers do fall back there, each section's making their way forward. Pioneers skirting around. Let's see. Does have 2 Volks Grenadier. Maybe some MP40 upgrades could be in order. This is a can be a very CQB map, and the MP40 upgrades does a lot of good damage. I do really like that upgrade for the Volks Grenadiers. But perhaps missing this munitions point that you so wired off is a bit of a problem as well for that. We've got a machine gun bunker down here as well. Field support truck being set on up. It's like go for a captain and perhaps a steward. So he could actually rush towards a Cromwell. With the amount of field control they have, rushing for a Cromwell wouldn't be half bad. 2 Panzerstrike squads here, 1 tank buster, 1 regular. Scope rifles captured this point. They do have the support of this nearby Lieutenant. And the Bren squad could get inside that garrison. Just going to try to save the scope rifle squads. Lieutenant needs to fall back, going way too far forward. And receive quite a bit of fire. Volks Grenadiers make their advance. 3 Volks Grenadier squads. Scope rifle squad does fall back. Look like, oh, the Fiat's getting some great damage right there. Guard charge was activated, does fall back. It looks like this bird has selected Royal Artillery as well. Up north, we've got these intersections and Lieutenant behind some heavy cover there. But Incendiary Grenade does come forward, getting some great damage right there. It does fall back. We know which section this one has gone for. Let's see. Command point. Ooh, great 25 powder round. Could be another Royal Artillery. So that is in range of a non-supercharged round. And he has spent a command point, I believe. I think they would be at around 2 command points this time. So a doctrine may have been selected. It could. No boards here, so it's not Royal Engineers. It's likely not Commandos. I have a feeling both of them have gone for Royal Artillery. Let's switch over to the other players. Unknown doctrine for the Panzer Elite player. I don't think it's one selected just yet. He has 2 command points. Going for the increased squad size, which can be very useful. And for the Wehrmacht player, an unknown doctrine as well. He has gotten Vet 1 infantry as well. Fresh Grenadier here.
Listen up.
The Grenadiers could be upgraded with Panzerstrikes and try to hunt down some of these emplacement in trucks.
The enemy advances.
This Panzer Grenadier is skirting around with a Panzerschreck. And we do have the 223, which can be used to capture points as well as locking down sectors. 3 scope rifle squads, which will be useful in picking off. Well, I think that's one reason why that one Panzer Grenadier, why the Panzer League player has gone for 4-man squads. He sees all these scope rifles. He's worried about the 1, 2, 3 pick off of the scope rifles. Does find a landmine there by the Wehrmacht player. Very nice. Not as much damage as you would like. Trying to throw some Piats there on the wire. He just really wants to get rid of that wire. The Piat tower are not really fiery.
We have 300 points left.
Observation post has been built on top of the missions point. A lot of wire there as well. And he does find this machine gun placement. Does have 2 Volksgrenadiers here. No MP40 Volks upgrade either. And he does actually clean up a bit of that wire. Up north, we got the scope rifles engaging. Lieutenant is down. Well, no, that's the captain. Firing some revolver. Power charge has been activated. There's the lieutenant there. Panzer Grenadier is going way too far forward. Could be picked off. And the Panzer squad does fall back as well. G43 squad does fall back. Slowly.
Was wünschen Sie? Was wollen?
The one in the back is seeing a bit more fire, so the one in the front is will get some more flame bursts off. Not getting some great as much damage as you would like. Crusade deploy designated marksman to finish that one off. And does use it right there. I saw the tracer effect. This one will be potentially gunned down as well. Losing both pioneers is not a good thing. And it does get gunned down as well.
Ready for orders.
We have a half track. He still has 1 pioneer for various engineering work. You could throw that one in the back of the half track to get its gun firing. 234 is locked down the sector to get some more fuel, and we do have the Panzerjäger Command, Camp Roof Company, and Logistics Company. No Panzer Support Command yet, so he's going for some 222s, I'm assuming. And we do have the armor command truck. He's going straight for his armor. Maybe it's going to be a Staghound spam. At the right point in time, they don't need Fireflies. Command truck squad does load in the back of the half track. 2 of them, actually. He's going to go... It's going to be a dive, not a...
What are your orders?
Not using it for the MG upgrade. It is going to be a dive. Most Grenadiers pushing the way forward. Does find these scope rifles a little bit. And a Staghound and half track may spot each other. Firing right there. You may not realize that the half track going behind the lines will be picking up these buildings. These forces do fall back. Looks like a 25-pounder. Barrage nose officer artillery from the rural artillery. Veterans retreat does lose a Volksgrenadier, so we got a 2 timing dive, if that makes any sort of sense. And now we got forward charge being activated. Trying to capture the finish point was unsuccessful. Sapper's right here. He does hop inside this garrison. There's not a lot of windows on this side. That's a horrendous garrison. Get out of that garrison. There's no markers on this side. It's all the doors, and they don't provide markers. They provide entrances, but no markers. So he is whipping this. Doesn't get the kill there onto the casualty cleaning station, but at this point in time, he needs to get out of this garrison. Just get out of the garrison and retreat. His current rate is going to lose everything. Let's throw a pan truck into the Staghound. He does have reinforcements potential here. It may be safe enough just to jump inside the half track in order to and drive out of there rather than retreating out at this point in time, just for that wounded one. Let's get both of them in there. He's still not driving out of there for some odd reason. It's being slow. Staghound getting caught up on the terrain. He is still some misses there. Does get a hit. Volksgrenadier capturing that point there. Panzer Grenadiers pushing the way forward. It does get the darn hill right there. Does get... No, he didn't have that one-man squad reinforced. Our charge has been activated. There goes the half track. And the Grenadier squad will escape, but that was not worth it. It had potential, but it was just horrendously played. Just because of garrison doesn't mean to go inside the garrison. Continue pushing going forward, getting some good damage there onto the intersection. And does not get the wipe there on the intersection there. Medic charging forward. Not sure where the casualty is trying to grab. Right there. Is that... These guys are sprinting, and he already had forward charge disabled. This may be the captain bug right there. Cromwell has put on out on the field. Does get some good hits there on the Volks Grenadiers. Got multiple garrisons loaded on up by these Panzer Grenadiers, but they're armed with Panzer Shreks, which against the Cromwell would be useful, as well as a stack count, but it's fine against infantry up here.
Do you need any construction?
There's the garrison flying around. The captain's receiving a bit of fire there from the garrison. It does take out the captain right there. Incendiary grenade was thrown by this Panzer Grenadier that has fallen back already. This one does fall back, and he will get singed a bit by his own incendiary grenade and gets gunned down. Heard explosion somewhere, but it's probably just the Piats and Pantrix flying about. And this Panzer Grenadier squad needs to fall back immediately. And even then, with the left-handed support, he may not escape. Got it pretty close, but he will escape on out.
Reporting.
The other half-track with a pair of Panzer Grenadiers, or not Panzer Grenadiers, regular Grenadiers with Panzerschrecks. And I have a feeling it's not going to be all too well. Though picking out this mission vigorous placement will open the southern flank.
Pioneers here.
He has 4 command points at this point in time. He pushes forward a little bit too far forward and may get machine gun. He does have more, like 3 Panzerschrecks so far, I can see. Yeah, there looks like 3 Panzerschrecks across these 2 squads. Does kill them in the MG carrier. And those are kangaroos. Does get some great crushes there, so I never thought about kangaroos getting crushes. He's saying the noob is coming, even though he's performing horrendously himself. He just lost all those units to the kangaroos. I mean, this play has not been assaulted for quite some time. He was able to mass up 3 kangaroos. Go pick himself up a Panzerschreck. There's actually load up multiple squads in each one. We got an AT Hexer, which would be useful to take on the Cromwell. Kangaroos rolling around.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
Let's send a couple pens there. Very nice. The Hetzer, however, is having trouble fighting against it. Let's receive a bounce there. Pioneer does get picked off by the kangaroos transporting infantry. Hetzer does go down. There's a handful of Pantrix in this region. The kangaroos could potentially be booted away. The armor car does go down. And it looks like the Panzer League player has backed out of the game. The Wehrmacht player has a handful of infantry units sort of scattered around a bit. Captain engaging the Volks Grenadiers. And with that, the game's basically over. Yep, the other player and the Wehrmacht player has backed the game. And that's the end of the replay. This is Adam Gray saying thank you for watching. On to the next replay.